Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, we are a family of 4. We have homeschooled our oldest son for 2 years, and he is currently in the 4th grade. This fall, August of 2023, we will be homeschooling our youngest, and she will be in kindergarten. We are also business owners. We sell fireworks in the summertime in the state of Indiana, and in the off season, we work part-time jobs and side gigs to make ends meet. But let's get into our video. A common misconception is that you have to be wealthy to homeschool. Today, we're going to talk about how to homeschool on a budget. So the great thing about homeschooling is that there are so many ways that you can homeschool. There are free resources or low-cost resources all over the place. The first resource that you can use is a library. Obviously, if you have one near. I know everyone doesn't have access to one. Our library is roughly 20 minutes away, and they actually give free library cards to homeschool families, so that might be something that you want to check into with your library. At the library, you can find all sorts of materials. You can find books for read-alouds. You can find books for unit studies. You might even be able to find some homeschool curriculum. More than likely documentaries, audiobooks, all sorts of things. Our library also offers book clubs and craft days, and they even play bingo some days for the kids, and they do story times, and it's a great way to get your kids involved in something if you want to. So another free resource that we use is YouTube. 3 of the channels that we use the most are National Geographic, Learn Bright, and SciShow Kids. There are all kinds of documentaries and kids-related channels, educational channels. However, if you have not utilized YouTube before, I would highly suggest that you watch the videos before you allow your children to watch them, just in case there might be bad language or something that you don't exactly agree with. So the third resource that we use is a website called Teachers Pay Teachers. It's kind of similar to Etsy, however, it's more geared towards students, less crafty things, if that makes sense. The material on there is made by other homeschool moms and teachers, and they upload it, and you can print it off and use the materials in your homeschool. I will link that down below for you guys. A lot of the material on this website is free. You can just filter it out for free stuff, and it's usually just as good as the stuff that you have to pay for. You can also filter it to how much you want to spend. So if you have a budget of $8, you can filter it at $8 and find what you need. So I do actually have some examples of the things that I have gotten off of Etsy, and I think this one we did pay for it, but it wasn't much because I liked how it looked and the information that was in it. So this year with Keaton, we have been studying all of the ancient civilizations, and so this one is on the Inca. And there's one for Inca society. Cusco. Spanish Conquest. Sorry guys, I can't read it backwards. And Machu Picchu. So there are several pages And then this says identify. Use the word bank to identify each description. And then there are multiple choice questions. So they have to answer questions after they read it. These I printed off for our kindergartner this fall. Gotta get used to saying that. This I also paid for, I believe it was about maybe $10. There's almost always sales going on in people's shops, so you want to check that out. And you can put, if you find something that you want, you can put it in a wish list so that you can come back and check and see if it's on sale. So some of the things that came in this, and I've already cut it all out and everything and gotten it ready for next year. And actually she's done a few of these already, but so it is Sophia. Beginning sounds. Paste the pictures in the correct house. So then you have these little pictures, and then you can paste them in, or your student can paste them in. I don't think you want to paste them in. So there are several of those, and Kenzie really seems to like it. It's fun for her. There's also ones for middle sounds, so not just beginning sounds. Color my sound. Write my sound. This is a word builder, and then you have the letters to make your word. Sorry, I'm trying to keep these in order as well. Short, what's that? Short I word frames. There are also rhyming words. Count my syllables. Sentence spelling. We do have our windows open. It is absolutely beautiful today, so if you hear all the traffic, I apologize. Let's make compound words. And that is it. So those are just some examples of what you can get on Teachers Pay Teachers. They have all kinds of things. Math, science, social studies, history, I mean anything, art, music, whatever you can think of. If you need something, they will probably have it for you. So another resource that you can do, or a way that you can homeschool, are unit studies. So instead of buying a curriculum that is going to last you the entire year, say you want to do a small study on something. So a unit study is usually set up to be about 12 weeks long. However, you can work as slow or as fast as you want to. If you only want to work on that unit study for 1 day a week, you can. Or 5 days a week, you can. If you want to, drag it out or get through it as quickly as possible, whichever way that you want to go about it. The unit studies usually run between $10 and $30. Like I said, for roughly 12 weeks. We are using one of the Good and the Beautiful's unit studies next year. It's Motion and Machines, I believe is what it's called. And it is a very nicely bound, spiral bound book. It also comes with a journal that has questions and different activities in that book for the student to use. So some of the unit studies that I have heard of course, is the Good and the Beautiful, Gather Round, Campfire Curriculums, Not Consumed. If you don't watch her on YouTube, or you might, The Waldorf Way, she has a website and they make and sell their own unit studies as well. So the fifth way that you can homeschool on a budget is make sure that you seek out some Facebook curriculum pages. A lot of homeschool moms like to post their used curriculum on these pages. Depending on where you're located versus their location, you might have to pay for shipping. However, if you use media mail, it will be much cheaper. But if you don't want to use used curriculum, you can also look into these companies. So a lot of the curriculum you can buy as a bundle or a set, and those are going to be a lot more expensive. However, you don't necessarily need to have all those pieces unless you want to. But a lot of these companies have curriculum that are under $100. Of course, you can find stuff on Amazon. Yes, Amazon. I have bought a lot of things on Amazon. The Good and the Beautiful, Master Books, Evan Moore Workbooks, Teaching Textbooks, which is a online math curriculum. We are actually using it this year. We're not going to use it next year because it jumped around too much for Keaton. He needed to spend a little bit more time on each new concept. But you might like it. Simply Charlotte Mason. And a website that I highly recommend to look at is christianbooks.com. A lot of times they will have the curriculum that you're looking at on their website cheaper than what you can find it on the actual company's website. So make sure you check both places. All right, so that is all I have for today. Hopefully that really helps you maybe in your decision to homeschool or to just save a little bit of money for next year. We'll see you next time, guys.